Hey, good morning. Pete, North Las Vegas. Weather's starting to cool off, so I got about 2-3 hours in the morning before it hits 90. So I decided it's time to get started on this Camaro restoration again. But we got a situation here. It's like there's always something trying to stop me. Okay, so it doesn't want to go up. I messed around with it yesterday for about 3 or 4 hours. I checked everything on the operator up there, and everything is good. The only thing I couldn't actually troubleshoot was the control board. So I have a control board on order, and at this point, I'm pretty sure that's what's wrong with it. But anyway, we'll manually disconnect the garage door trolley. And the reason I got to do this is I got to move my Corvette out of the way. And yeah, the door's balanced too. I checked all that stuff. Like I said, we're down to a control board on this operator. Anyway, should be here in about 4 or 5 days. All right, so let's get this thing moved out of the garage. All right, let's get this beast out in the driveway. Okay, so this is going to be more of an update video today, but my goal is to get the lower valence installed. And I got to take these bumper mounts off, these bumper brackets, and I'll show you what was going on with these besides being really bent. They look straight when I put them on, and then after I test fit the bumper, it's like, wow, they were off a lot. And so like I said, when I get these unbolted, we'll take a look at the new ones, and I'll show you what somebody did once upon a time on this car. Okay, so on the bumper bracket here, you can see this rubber pad. That's supposed to be just ever so slightly touching the header. So I give you an idea of how bent it is. And then by the time you get the bumper out to here, you're down quite a bit more because of trigonometry. So anyway, let's get this thing out of here. Okay, so here's the replacement bracket that I bought. You can see it's got a nice curved radius. And there's the original that was bent. That's getting close to, like, I don't know, 90 degrees. But here's the weird thing. When I ordered a replacement bracket, and I'm not a big Camaro expert, so I didn't know this, but the bracket pieces are two parts, and that's OEM. Now this bracket here that I took off the car looks like it was all kind of one piece, and what I noticed was somebody had welded the front bracket here, and I'm not exactly sure why they welded it, but so when I got the repop pieces, I thought, well, that's kind of weird. I thought this was supposed to be like one piece. So some people commented on a video where I was talking about putting this valence in the bumper on before, and they said, oh no, mine's two piece. Every Camaro I've ever worked on has been two separate pieces for the bumper bracket. So somebody who originally owned this Camaro, some body shop somewhere, whatever, decided that would be a good idea to weld the bracket on here. All right, so let's get this stuff on the car. Okay, for you wrench turners out there, I know I'm preaching to the choir, but to get these bumper brackets on, you start everything loose. Top front bolt loose. Fender bolt up here loose on the strut. Loose, and loose. And then once you get all the bolts lined up, then you can go back and tighten them. I know, I'm preaching to the choir. Okay, so this is the driver's side gap. You can see the little rubber bumper here. See the size of the gap. Come over here. And the gap is pretty close to the same. Maybe about another eighth. Whatever. I'm going to just kind of hang the bumper on here, maybe put a couple zip ties on it just to see how straight we are. Okay, so it's pretty well lined up. I may have to tweak the bracket holes. I may have to elongate them, maybe about 1/16 of an inch, but we'll find out when I actually get everything all bolted up. But anyway, it all fits straight now. And the bumper's tilted up, and I'll show you why in just a second. But anyway, you can see we're right about pretty close to 4 inches. As soon as I get that camera on there. And then we come over here. And we're sitting just a little bit short. But that's because I have the bumper tilted up on this side. I have it sitting on top of the mounting bolts instead of the bumper actually bolted on. So we'll show you what's going on there. Okay, so you can see where that one's sitting. So that's why we're off on the top a little bit. I just don't have this quite rolled over the top of the bolt head, where this one here is more on top of the bolt head. Anyway, just some minor tweaking, but everything is going to fit just fine. So, sorry about the camera work. I wanted to get the valance on today, but I went and checked my parts box, and I have some stuff that I thought was painted, and it's not. So I'm going to have to do some painting today, and then we'll get back on this tomorrow and get the lower valance and get the bumper finalized and get it all dialed in. All right, Pete, North Las Vegas, over and out.